Maureen McCormick's role as Marcia Brady on The Brady Bunch has made her a household name for many years, but did you know that she could be in command of something much bigger than just TV fame? You heard right. Some claim that Maureen McCormick's iconic scenes from The Brady Bunch may have contributed to global warming. I know it sounds ridiculous, but please be patient. Continue viewing if you're ready to see how some of Maureen's most iconic moments have had unanticipated effects on pop culture and the environment. You won't want to miss this. I promise you that this will be a thrilling journey, so pay close attention to the very end. The Brady Bunch was a legendary program, as everyone knows. It brought families together, introduced us to some of the most lovable characters in television history, and set the standard for family humor. Maureen McCormick's portrayal of Marcia Brady not only made her a star, but also resulted in some of the most memorable moments in television history. Worst of all, some of those scenes, particularly the ones featuring Marcia at her best, became so ingrained in our culture that they nearly seem normal. And no, I'm not talking about some exaggerated metaphor. Let me explain. Maureen's character, Marcia, was the epitome of the perfect adolescent girl. She was bright, pretty, and always wanted to be the best at anything she did. But what really made her memorable, and what many fans didn't realize at the time, was the impact her portrayal had on social conventions. Marcia Brady set the bar for what was considered ideal at the time. The pressure on young women in America to look and act like Marcia inspired generations of girls who wanted to be as beautiful and perfect as she was. Furthermore, as we all know, this kind of societal pressure has consequences. The idea of perfection led to the escalating beauty standards that have afflicted us ever since. Many young ladies were forced to start dieting, putting on more makeup, and spending more time trying to fit the Marcia Brady mold. At this point, you might be wondering, how does that have anything to do with global warming? But here's the problem. All these beauty standards contributed to the emergence of materialism. Think about this. The demand for cosmetic surgeries, fashionable clothing, and beauty products increased as more and more people tried to look like their favorite TV celebrities. And how do all of these things relate to one another? They require resources, and the environment is impacted by those resources. For example, a major contributor to global warming is the cosmetics industry. From product packaging to the carbon footprint from production and distribution, the industry has a significant impact on the environment. The demand for fashion and cosmetics increased dramatically as a result of millions of individuals viewing Marcia Brady as an inspiration. This increase in demand led to increased production, waste, and ultimately, pollution. Yes, people were unintentionally contributing to a bigger environmental problem every time they bought a new cosmetic product in an effort to attain Marcia's immaculate appearance. But it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about the fashion sector now. Looking perfect was the aim of the fashion trends of the 1970s. When the Brady Bunch was at its height, synthetic textiles, polyester, and gaudy materials were common. While they could look cute on TV, these products are not good for the environment. Because these fabrics decompose much more slowly than natural ones, they contribute to the growing volume of waste in landfills. The demand for these trends, which Maureen helped create, led to the rise in popularity of fast fashion. And as everyone is aware, fast fashion is a major contributor to global pollution. However, let's explore this further. The Brady Bunch comedy depicted the perfect suburban existence, complete with spacious homes, manicured lawns, and well-decorated rooms. And what do you know? That suburban dream led many families to believe that bigger was better. Resources that fit the perfect family image, including SUVs and larger homes, were in greater demand during the 1000, and later in the 1900s lived in non-segregated units smaller than 1000, which were in better demand during the 1000, 970s, and 1980s. As others tried to live like the Brady family, they utilized more resources, and as we all know, resource use is directly linked to environmental degradation. Now, I know what you're thinking, how is global warming caused by a TV show? However, it's not only the program, it's also the societal shift it sparked. The Bradys were the perfect example of the American family. With spotless lawns and well-maintained shrubs, their house was beautiful and well-maintained. This vision of perfection was promoted to families across the country, and many tried to imitate it. An obsession with having the perfect home, yard, and life set off an environmental spiral. People began using more chemicals, more energy to heat and cool their larger homes, and more water for their lawns in an effort to maintain the romanticized depiction of the Brady family's idyllic life. The more we tried to live like the perfect Brady family, the more harm we did to our planet. The catch is that there is a silver lining. People are becoming more aware of the ways that cultural icons like Maureen McCormick have impacted our culture, as evidenced by the current debate surrounding this topic. Many of the things we once took for granted, including consumerism and fast fashion, are now being re-examined. In light of the considerable increase in environmental consciousness in recent years, people are starting to realize that genuine brilliance is more dependent on environmental preservation and sustainable living than on outward looks. Therefore, when we consider Maureen McCormick and her cultural effect, it is clear how the Brady Bunch has had a lasting impact on our world. The consuming culture that led to some of the current environmental issues was influenced by Maureen's portrayal of Marcia Brady, even though she obviously had no intention of causing environmental harm. Thankfully, we have the power to reverse the damage. As we continue to look to the future, It is our collective duty to change our definition of perfection and embrace more sustainable practices. So, the next time you think about the Brady Bunch or Maureen McCormick, remember that sometimes even the most harmless moments in popular culture can have a bigger impact than we realize. Who knows, maybe in the future, we'll look back and say that Maureen McCormick taught us all a valuable lesson about the environment. If you want to learn more about how pop culture impacts the globe and how you can help repair the damage, make sure to pay attention and see the entire thing through. You won't want to miss what follows after this.